Hey dreamers and purpose seekers, in today's video I'm going to show you how to adjust to fatherhood and successfully work on your purpose. I'm TL Talks, and this channel is for aspiring entrepreneurs just like you to help you build your confidence to start creating your business and work on your purpose. My purpose is to teach you how to get out of your own way. Before I get started, make sure that you tap on that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and if you are returning, I would like to thank you for watching and being a part of the Work on Your Purpose tribe. I got a question for you. Are you a new father trying to still work on your passion and your purpose while welcoming your new bundle of joy? Are you dealing with the stress of the change that your life is undergoing right now because you are a new father? If that is you, you are not going to want to miss this video. This video is just for you. In this video, you're going to learn how to embrace the new changes in your life. You're going to learn how to get control over your time and recognize the signs of anxiety and depression. Yes, new fathers experience a lot of depression and anxiety, and you're going to find ways to bond with your newborn with and without mom. Becoming a father is no joke. A lot of attention goes towards moms and their process of being pregnant, giving birth, and then nurturing and mothering a child. As for men, I feel that we often get overlooked. And so it's important as a father, a new father at that, to have the resources that you need in order to make that transition from going from your regular lifestyle to all of a sudden now you have this brand new life that you're responsible for. It changes the game. No matter what anybody tells you, having a child changes everything. The importance of having a great relationship with the mother of your child is extremely important. Now, everything happens for a reason. If you're still together with the mother of your child, great. Try to continue to strengthen your bond together as a family, as a unit. If for whatever reason it didn't work out with the mother of your child, that's not a problem. Everything happens for a reason. You have to deal with that separately. When it comes to your child is everything. And our jobs as parents is to protect our child and to love and nurture our child. But this is specifically for new dads, new fathers, just like myself. In October 2022, my life changed forever. And it was during a really hectic time in my life. There was a lot of major changes going on that continued to go on for quite some time. And I had to adjust to this new lifestyle. Before I had children, I wasn't really one of those type of guys that wanted to be around children. I appreciate children, and I have some family members that were younger, that were babies that I embraced and I love, but I just wasn't like a child kind of guy. Like, you know how some people are just really into babies and children and all of that. I was more of a single guy, kind of go off and do your own thing. Children kind of hold you back kind of person, right? And that was in my younger years. I'll never forget August 2nd, 2022. That was the day that my life changed forever. I welcomed my beautiful son into this world. I'm so proud that I was able to experience something so magical and so amazing as watching your firstborn child be brought into this world. It wasn't without stress, it wasn't without anxiety, it wasn't without fear. Leading up to that moment, there was a lot of emotions involved. There was a lot of worries, concerns, there was anxieties. And you don't really know the impact something has on your life until it happens. You try to picture what life will be like. You try to look at it and dissect it and try to put yourself in that situation to see what that might feel like. But you never really know until it actually happens. So leading up to that moment, I was dealing with these changes that were beginning to shift in my life, the things that were happening around me. I was dealing with family on top of dealing with bringing a new child into the world. I was dealing with my business and all kinds of different things. Life was happening. Life is going to continue to happen, right? So while I'm embracing all of these things and trying to sort and navigate my way through it, here's one more thing that I had to start to adjust to. So the day that my son was born, everything stopped. It was just like I was in a whole nother world. All of a sudden, there's this new life that's looking at you, that you can see, that you can touch. From that moment forward, my entire life is built around my son. I had to make a catastrophic shift. And when you make such a big shift, when you're used to being independent, when you're used to doing things when you want to do them on your own schedule, and you don't have to put any attention and time into anybody else unless you choose to, and you have to redirect your time, your focus to someone else that depends on you, your life absolutely changes. It's the adjusting to the change that we're going to take a look at, because change for most people is very difficult. We get so used to being in our routines, our patterns, our habits. And when there is a major shift in life that forces us to change those things, it can be difficult. We can begin to doubt, we can begin to worry, we can begin to focus on the wrong things. We can even get too comfortable and prevent ourselves from growing. So it's in the adjustment of change that we have to look at as new dads, because it's important to embrace that there is this new life and that there's this new you. Believe it or not, you're not the same person. You're never going to be the same person. I went through an identity crisis for several weeks trying to re identify who I was, because everything had changed. Like I mentioned, it's all about your child. At least that's how I see it. I believe that it's all about your child. Everything that I do from this moment forward has to be for my son. It has to be. Let's take a look at some things that you may be dealing with. Take a moment and ask yourself, what are some of the changes that I'm experiencing right now? Life is full of changes. And whatever shifts you're making in your life right now as you are becoming or have become a new dad, it's important to understand what they are. Let's acknowledge those changes, embrace them. And then you must look at those changes and ask yourself, is this something that I can control? Because if the answer is no, then the best thing you can do for yourself right now is to let it go. Because it doesn't make sense to focus on something that you can't control, right? You just have to embrace it, or else you're going to be constantly fighting it, right? So it's important to understand the change, what it is, and to assess if it's something that you can control or if you can't control it. If you can't control it, let it go. If you can, now we need to look at the pieces of it that you can control. What are the portions of this change? What is it about this change that you have control over? And look at those things and figure out what you need to do in order to maintain that control. So that way you can shift things in a more positive direction. The next tip to adjust to fatherhood and successfully work on your purpose is to ask for support. Never be afraid to ask for help if you have someone that you can trust, because there's going to be times where you're going to need someone's help. You're going to need someone to help with groceries. You're going to need someone to help with maybe watching your child while you go to work or while you work with clients. You will need at some point someone's support to help you. So start looking at those people now, whether it be family, friends, coworkers, whoever you trust. But Try to get out of your own way. I know as men, we can sometimes be prideful, right? We don't want to ask for help because we feel like we should be able to do it for ourselves. We don't want to feel guilty or feel ashamed for asking for help. But it's okay. It really is. It's okay. People will love to spend time with your newborn just as much as you will, because at the end of the day, they can give it back. You're stuck with it. So ask for help because they're not going to keep the baby, they're going to give it back. So it's okay to ask for help. The next tip is to get control over your schedule. It's important that you have good time management skills, especially if you are trying to start your business. You have to consider time it's going to take to bond with your child, which we'll talk about a little later. You have to consider your day to day schedule, whether you go to a job while you build on your business or whether you're working in your business full time, all the time. You have to also incorporate this new life and still be able to manage the things that are important to you. Time management is everything. And the way that you look at your schedule, get control over it, and maximize the time that you have in a day will be the key to your success as you continue to work on your purpose as a new father. So you want to make sure that you are taking the time to plan out your weeks, plan out your day, plan out your month, plan out the year. Make sure that you know exactly how you want to spend your time because that is going to be important. You're going to need time for the new baby. You're going to need time for your business or for work, and to also spend time with your partner or with your family. It's important to make sure that you have control over your schedule so that way you can continue to work on your purpose. Remember, your purpose, your passion, your work, it takes time. It takes time and commitment, just like it does to raise your new baby. You have to spend time nurturing both. Find times opportunity where you can do things to progress and push yourself forward. For example, for me, car rides, when I have to go on a car ride somewhere that's longer than usually 30 minutes, I use that time for self care, self help. I'll listen to videos on YouTube for inspiration, for insight, for clarity, right? I listen to Abraham Hicks, or I'll listen to um, Eric Thomas, or I'll listen to TD Jakes, Les Brown. I'll listen to all these different things to help feed my mind. I also been listening to a lot of Dame Dash because he has a really, really great perspective on boss mentality that I feel is so important. And it is the foundation for successful entrepreneurs. So I believe repetition's everything. And a belief is just something that you continue to think, that you continue to expose yourself to over and over again, that makes it become a belief. So it's important that you create space in your schedule so that way you have the time to be able to balance fatherhood, spending time with your child, working on your business, and living your dream. The next tip to help you adjust to fatherhood and still work on your purpose is to acknowledge that you're human and you have feelings. And it's okay. Sometimes you're going to be mad. Sometimes you're going to be frustrated. Sometimes you're going to be confused. You're going to be uncertain. And those feelings are normal. It's okay. As men, we're taught to suppress our emotions. We're taught that having feelings is not manly enough, right? We are weak if we show some signs of sad emotions, right? We become too emotional and we express certain emotions. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. It's a crock of crap because you're human. You have emotions. You get angry. You get overwhelmed. You get insecure, right? You have these emotions. You get discouraged. You feel rejected sometimes. And that's okay. As a new father and as an entrepreneur, you're going to experience all different types of emotions. But how you acknowledge those emotions, manage those emotions, and regulate yourself and your behaviors is crucial to your success as an entrepreneur and as a father. So it's okay. You're going to get angry. If you're feeling angry, just stop for a second, pause, Allow yourself to be angry and just think why you're angry. Allow yourself to feel it, but reflect on why you're angry. Try to get out of that space of wanting to retaliate or revenge or behave in a way that demonstrates that anger. Collect yourself. This is all about self regulation. So, acknowledging your feelings and regulating those feelings. So, you want to make sure that you are aware of the emotions that you're experiencing and acknowledge them. It's okay. One of the ways to regulate your emotions is when you're feeling angry, when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling insecure, is to just pause. Just stop for a moment. Recognize that you have that emotion, acknowledge it, and allow it to be. Now, that sounds crazy, right? You would think that if you're angry, you don't want to just allow yourself to be angry. You think that you want to do something about it. Well, you are. If you stop and pause for a moment, you can do something about it. You can give yourself time to calm down, to really assess what led you to this point. Okay, so when you have these emotions, it's important to understand them. Then you can take a moment to write them down. Another tip for adjusting to fatherhood and successfully working on your purpose is to find ways to bond with your child. It's important that you spend time with your child as much as you can. Some ways that you can bond with your child can include making time for hugs and cuddles. The human touch is soothing, and both you and your baby need that connection. So allow your baby to just rest on your body, on your chest. Give your baby hugs and kisses. Tell your baby that you love them. You can talk, you can sing to your baby. You can play games by maybe making silly faces or doing peekaboo. There's different ways for you to bond with your child. You also want to incorporate mom. If you're in a situation where you're with the mother of your child, then find time to bond as a family. It's important for the child to have an experience with both parents. And if you are in an environment where you can come together and do things together with your child, then spend time doing such activities like bathing your child, feeding your child, dressing your child, or changing your child. Spend time together as a family. Maybe you can watch cartoons or nursery rhymes together. Your child will love it and your family will be better because of it. The last and final tip on how to adjust to fatherhood and successfully work on your purpose is to seek professional support. There are so many coaches out there that you can choose from to help you make that transition into fatherhood. I, as a certified life coach, have worked with so many different clients who have made transitions in their lives from being an employee to becoming an entrepreneur, becoming a father for the first time, or dealing with death, dealing with transitions in their relationships. As someone who has been through and still continues to experience these transitions in life, I know that it can be challenging to get the support that you need. So if you are looking for support in helping you with the transition, go to my website, dream2inspirellc.com, and check out my life coaching packages to help you with transitions in your life and to also help you with your goals and pursue your dream. If you're working towards becoming an entrepreneur and trying to balance becoming a father, it is a real challenge. And there's going to be things that get in your way that you may not be noticing at the moment. Working together will help you gain more clarity and direction in your life so that way you can achieve your major goals and maintain that life balance that you and your child need. I truly believe that work on your purpose is to help you build your confidence to work on your purpose by giving you tips and strategies to help you plan, prepare, and pursue taking that big leap from employee to employer. And as you transition into fatherhood, I wish you the most success and I want to help you along your journey. So I thank you for watching. Think of me as your personal certified life, career, and communication coach. As an entrepreneur and new father, I want you to know that life has a way of putting you in a position where you have to redefine yourself. And as you work through this transition in your life, you're trying to achieve new things that have never been done before. You're seeking guidance, you're seeking help, you're seeking the answers to making the best moves for you and your family. It's important to recognize that you have dreams, you have goals, you have ambitions, and you now have a new life to consider. Take the time to really redefine who you are. Really fine tooth comb everything that you are doing right now. To look at ways to strategize your success, whether it be building that business or taking care and growing and developing that new life. Never lose sight of your passion, of your purpose, of your dreams. Just because you have a new son or daughter doesn't mean that your life is over. This is a new beginning. This is a new era. And everything you do from this point forward, if you haven't already, make it count. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share this video if you found it of value. Also, leave me a comment with some topics you would like for me to cover in the next video that would help you along your journey. Until next time, keep pursuing your dreams and work on your purpose.